This kind of behavior cannot be tolerated anywhere, whether it's in entertainment, politics.
Well,
you know, after all, we have someone admitting to being a sexual assaulter in the Oval Office. There has to be a recognition that we must stand against this kind of action that is so sexist and misogynistic.
And this depends upon women coming forward and having the courage to come forward.
Right.
And yet in your book, the three women brought onto stage by Trump attacking your husband, and you kind of dismissed them. Was that the right thing to do? Are you sure about that?
Well, yes, because that had all been litigated. I mean, that was the subject of a huge, investigation, as you might recall, in the late 90s, and there were conclusions drawn, and that was clearly in the past.
And then he forces me down on the bed. And I just was very frightened. I tried to get away from him, and I told him no.
This woman took a hold of my hand and squeezed it. She said, I just want you to know how much that Bill and I appreciate what you do for him. That's the first time I became afraid of that woman.
It's been widely reported that, as First Lady, Hillary led the effort to disparage her husband's woman accusers who were dismissed as bimbo eruptions.
In November, she wrote on her Twitter page, she said, "Every survivor of sexual assault deserves to be heard, believed, and supported."
That's interesting. I wasn't ever heard and supported and believed. She tried to basically derail me.
I believe that what Mr. Clinton did to me was wrong.
November of 1998, here's what she said happened.
When I turned around, he had dropped his pants, and he sat down and he exposed himself to me, and he asked me to perform oral sex on him.
Is that how he said it?
No, he said, "Would you kiss it?"
Clinton reportedly paid her $850,000 in an out-of-court settlement.
I felt like, no man is above the law. Why should he not pay for what he does as well?
A woman named Kathleen Willey about President Clinton and about her claims that he sexually groped her in the Oval Office. Well, earlier, I spoke with Miss Willey about all of this.
Hillary Clinton is the war on women. And I think that she needs to be exposed for all of the terror campaigns that she has waged against the women who were in the wrong place at the wrong time with her husband. And it's been going on since before they got married.
When she was having a discussion with somebody about how they were going to handle Gennifer Flowers, and she was trying to find a way to hang a crime on her, she wanted to send that woman to jail. And that's when I thought, this isn't right. She's going to run on women's issues like she says she is, and she's going to accuse the Republicans of this war on women. I think she needs to be exposed for the war that she's waged against people like me. I mean, she has choreographed every single investigation and every terror campaign against every single woman, practically, who she thinks might be a problem.
Hillary Rodham was a 27-year-old trial lawyer in Arkansas with a southern drawl and big ambitions. She was asked by a judge to defend a 42-year-old man accused of raping a 12-year-old girl. That clip, Mrs. Clinton seems to admit she knew the defendant was guilty.
It took a lot of different tests. I had to call her. And she passed. She forever destroyed my faith in college.
Now, Clinton was able to plea bargain down the sentence to just 1 year in prison, which was then reduced to time served. But the victim, who is now 52 years old, is speaking out to the Daily Beast and saying that one of the most famous women in the world put her through hell. She also has a message now for the former Secretary of State.
You lied on me. I just realized the truth of it. It's hard back in 06 after I got out of prison. I just studied a little bit. I realized the truth now. Hard of what you done to me. I said, and you're supposed to be it for women? Do you call that for women? What you done to me? And I heard you on tape laughing.
You talk about leveling with the American people. Have you always told the truth?
I've always tried to. Always. Always.
Hillary, you're fired. America great again. Make America great again. Great